Hey YouTubers, Starfire here. So I'm really sorry that I'm a week behind. Actually like 2 weeks on the Outpost. I didn't get a chance to watch episode 9 until like Sunday, and then I just watched episode 10, which was Thursday's episode just now. So I'm just gonna combine both of them in one review. And yeah, so anyway, it's still going to be me for a bit. Raven and I are figuring out how to still do them together, but from like different places. So like a Zoom or something, like a recording a Zoom and then uploading it. So we'll figure something out, but she's been really busy with work and just other personal things. And so, yeah, I'm going to just continue to do it on my own. Also, news about the Outpost not getting renewed for season 5 was released. So the episodes that I'm going to review now and then the last 3 episodes are going to be the last episodes. Unless they're somehow able to save it, episode 13 of this season will be the last episode. So let's hope that it's at least somewhat satisfying. And that we can be okay with like moving on from it if you know we have to. It always sucks when a show gets canceled without being able to end it the way they want, and I'm glad that we've had it for 4 seasons, but it does deserve more. So we'll see what happens, but as of right now it is canceled. So anyway, I'm going to be doing The Outpost season 4, episode 9 and episode 10. So episode 9 is called The Price of Immortality, and episode 10 is called Something to Live For. So I'm trying to remember what even happened in episode 9. But anyway, I like the title of that episode because it always makes me think of the line in the third Indiana Jones movie when the knight who's been guarding the Holy Grail says that, and he's like, that is the price of immortality. And I'm just like, like every time I hear that, or that's a title of something, I just think of that automatically. Who else does? Who else thinks of that? Am I the only person? I can't be the only person. Yeah, so 313 is, trying to do things on his own, and he's trying to take matters into his own hands regarding awakening his other kind. And, and then like Nedra, Zed are going to go look for another god's tomb or, whatever they're going to do. And Munt goes with them. And, then we have Talon and Luna, and them just all kind of like searching and doing different things to try to stop these gods and find out more information about this stuff, because there's 7 of them, and they just keep taking the Kinges and awakening more of them. And so this episode was like a lot, like episode 10, seriously. Like Munt is injured. I hope he does not die. Seriously, please save Munt. Protect Munt at all costs. Like, I can't with that. Nedra is turned to ash. So there's no hope for Nedra and Zed. Even though something was there. Because they had a history and they had moments. And it would have really been nice if we could have seen that actually happen and come to fruition. But we won't. But yeah, please let Munt be okay. I can't handle Munt dying. I just can't. And I really feel for Zed because he's been through so much. Not that Talon hasn't been through a lot, because she has too, like, definitely. But like this season, Zed has been through so much. And he's just carrying all of this guilt and all of this like anguish. And I just really feel for him. Um, and then this is going to hurt even more because, you know, Nedra was somebody that he's known like all his life. It's like, you know, Garrett and Gwen. So it's going to be a really, really difficult loss for him. You know, and then 313 messed things up and took matters into his own hands and tried to awaken his son, Lakba, or whatever it was called, whatever word he used, I can't remember now. And Janzo wasn't able to save him, and so he was mad and was going to kill Janzo because of that. And it's like, well, if maybe you just listened. And the thing that really bothered me, and I understand why Garrett feels the way he does about 313, but what really bothered me was that he's like, he's not human, he's a black blood, he has no rights. It's like, what about Talon? Talon is a black blood. Does she not have rights? She's the woman you love. Like, that's going a little far, Garrett. You can dislike him. You can like hate him, you can do whatever, but don't say that. Like, just because he's not human, just because he's not the same as you, and he's different, and he's a full black blood, and, you know, whatever else that is, does not mean that he doesn't deserve to be treated equally with humans. I mean, that's the whole point of what they're trying to do in the Outpost. They're trying to bring peace and make it so that black bloods and humans can live in harmony and peace together, like can coexist together without war and without all these things going on. And it's like, I just feel like he's adding fuel to the fire by saying stuff like that, because it's never going to get better if he continues to have that attitude. Like, I know that he tried to hurt Garrett. I know that, like, he's tried to hurt people that Garrett cares about, and it's his job to protect the Outpost. Like, I get all of that. But he still has rights. He's still trying to help his people. He's trying to, you know, he's probably just as confused too. Like, he's trying to understand and help his people, and he's not necessarily going about it in the right way, but he's doing what he thinks is right. And, you know, I'm glad that Ren was like, you know, keep him alive. There's still information we can get from him. We have a lot of questions, like, you know, so that just really bothered me about, like, when Garrett said that. Like, I felt like I needed to address that, because that's not okay. Oh, and also in episode 9, Garrett proposed to Talon, and I think that it was more out of not wanting to lose her than it was that he genuinely loves her, because yeah, I know he loves her, and like, she loves him too, and she didn't deny that she didn't. She said she did. But I don't know. I don't feel like it was genuine. And so Talon not really saying anything kind of confirms that in a way. I mean, you know, she said she loves him. She said as much. And she does care about him. But I don't think she wants to put herself into that kind of commitment if she's still having doubts. Because Talon is a very... she she doesn't go about things. She's not impulsive, if that makes sense. Like she thinks about things. She thinks things through. I mean, yeah. And Garrett is more impulsive. Like he'll just like go into battle or go after people or whatever and like try to like always try to fix stuff. And she's kind of the more grounded, like, I'm going to think about this, like, you know, always kind of contemplating what she's going to do. And I think that's good because, you know, if she's not ready to be with him that way and she is like questioning things, then she definitely shouldn't make that decision lightly. I mean, Raven and I have been saying since Talon and Garrett got together that we don't really like it. Especially her. Like, I liked them in the beginning, but Garrett's just been annoying this season. I'm sorry, but he really has. And I just don't like his attitude. I don't like the way that he's acting. I don't really like the writing for him this season. And I don't know, it felt more like he proposed because he was so afraid of losing her that was the only thing he could think of to keep her. And to me, it just didn't seem genuine. You know, and then she talked to Luna about it, and I was like, and Luna's like, what, are you, an idiot? And she's like, well, he did say that I reminded him of you. And she's like, and Talon's all, I think he's a bit old for you. And she's like, correction. Or no, she's like, yeah, correction. Or no, she said, I think you're a little young for him. And she's like, correction, I think he's a bit old for me. I mean, I think Luna likes him, but I think she also likes anybody who, you know, will listen to her and who believes in her. Like, because she's been without that for like so long, anybody that, you know, supports her, I think she kind of latches on to that. I don't know if that necessarily means she likes them romantically, but I think she's just kind of trying to cling to whatever she can find in terms of like a friend or, you know, that kind of thing. And I think, you know, she might crush on Talon a little and she might have a thing for Garrett too, but yeah. I think she just considers them really good friends as well. But in terms of like her sexuality, I think that she could possibly be bi. So, but I think she's still kind of figuring that all out for herself. Yeah. I just want Munt to get home okay and be reunited with Walina, or however you say her name. Because they're adorable and they need to be together. And I liked how Zed put that flower that Nedra had found, you know, that led to the cavern, on top of her ashes. That was really beautiful and symbolic. So, yeah, this episode was intense. They're planning on awakening the last god now that they have the Kinge from, well, Nedra had it, so him and Zed and Nedra must have like swapped so that she had the Kinge, because Zed knows that they're after him. But he didn't think that the outcome would be what it was. So, anyway, when Nedra died, the Kinge came out and it was used to awaken the next god that they tried to kill, that they burned the body of. Um, and the one who brings life back brought him back. So now they have one more Aster, and that's the one that Talon has. Or is it the same one that was in Nedra, and she just used all the lives that she took to awaken him? I think what she did was she used all the lives that she took to awaken him, and they still have the kinge from Zed Nedra that they're going to use to awaken the last god. Unless that's Talon's kinge, but I'm not sure at the moment. But I'm really nervous about the finale because, it's going to be this epic, like, showdown of trying to fight the gods, and then it says the new ruler will be crowned. I'm hoping that it's Talon, and that she doesn't die in the process. Please don't let the new ruler that's crowned be Garrett. He should not be a ruler of the Outpost. I think it should be Talon's job. Because like I said, at the end of the day, this is Talon's story. It is the story of the Black Bloods. It is the story of her and her people. And, it's only fitting that she be crowned the ruler. So we'll see what happens. But since it's the end, I'm hoping that we'll at least get some satisfying conclusion. I'm really hoping there won't be a cliffhanger, but there probably will be a little bit of one just because it was canceled without being given a proper ending. So, yeah. Anyway, I thought that these episodes were really good, especially episode 10. Even though it was like really hard to watch at times and it was like heartbreaking. Next week's episode is actually directed by Jake Stormone, who plays Garrett. This week's episode, Thursdays, episode 11. So, that should be cool. And yeah, so that's all I really have to say. And give me your thoughts on Twitter, in the comments on here, on Twitter. I'm trying to be more active on there when I can. So I guess until next time, keep fighting for what you believe in.